it's easier to get to 100,000 if you're selling a $2,000 to $5,000 product
Mm.
than it is if you're selling a $1,000 product. You see what I'm saying? Like, if in order to get to a million, if you sell a $3,500 product, I think it's like you only need like 300 customers, 300 some change, right? Customers. And some people can't conceptualize like, yo, 300 customers is a lot, but it's not really a lot if you can drive 20,000 customers to a masterclass.
Yeah.
Or if you can, you know what I'm saying? It's not. That's not even. That's like what, a little bit under 10%.
So yeah,
I mean, a little bit over 10%.
325. Yeah, a little bit over.
Over 10%, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's not really that much. So that's one thing I also learned in the game. If a person has a high ticket product, of course they want to lead with value, but it's easier to get to those 100,000, 200,000, $500,000, $1 million days. And the industry has to be right for it. Crypto was trending. People wanted in. This was a point in time where it was bull market. So shit was going parabolic. You know what I mean? People was like, yo, I just made 5,000 off of this. CRO, people was making a bag off that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like people wanted in. And that's the opportune time to really like sell a product, sell a mentor. Even like now today, like when people sell like the credit repair and stuff like that, like that's you selling into wealth. And it's an easier sell because people want to learn how to make money. They just don't want to put in the work.
Yeah.
So that's something that a lot of people can identify. I'm telling you, if people get the book $100 million offers by Alex Hormozi, he also talks about that. He talks about how one of his friends was selling in a he calls it like an irrational growing market. So as like if you sold toilet paper during COVID, like the beginning of COVID, you was gonna run up a bag because people was buying it up so much.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like you would have ran up a bag. So at that point in time, like bro, you didn't have to be the best salesman or whatever. You just had to have a good product. Well, not even a good product. You just had to have the product. You see what I'm saying? So like that's how I felt like when I discovered it, and I discovered crypto, and I was like, yo, you got the product. I just gotta put you in front of people. That's remember I talked about that, like when you have those conversations, I don't want to convince you. I just want you to see what I have and be like, yo, I was looking for that. Give me that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the best type of product to have. Because it just makes selling, I guess, it's like easy. It just makes it easy. I don't really have to sell you. I just really had to hit a couple points. Typically it's what's in it for you. Has this worked for anyone else? And then who I am. Those are my big threes. I put that on every sales page. And once you can really, it's butter, bro. It's butter, man. But it also comes with just being in the game, seeing it, studying film. I read sales pages. I've read, I study a lot of like marketers from back in the day. So it's, you know what I mean? Time in the game, bro. Yeah. It's like option trading. It comes with time in the game. Like, yo, how you know that was going to bounce? Because I've been in the game for 5 years and I've seen it. Repetition is the mother of skill. Repetition. So, but yeah, that was it, bro. But one thing I do want to talk about a lot. I've never heard a lot of people talk about this. But when you do those big days, when you do 100K in a day, when you do $250,000 or $500,000 or something like that in a week, you will experience turbulence. And by turbulence, your merchant, you know what I'm saying? Like your merchant might, you know what I'm saying? Your merchant might go up. People have buyer's remorse. So as a marketer, it's my job to cut down on buyer's remorse as much as possible. And that's just natural. You know what I'm saying? That's a cognitive bias. You feel me? Like naturally when you purchase something, if you don't get an immediate result, your choice starts to decline. So you're like, yo, should I purchase this it even happens with the smallest of things, bro. Like uh, you can buy shit. Sometimes when you buy food, you like, all right, I done ate the food, like, damn, fuck, I should have went to McDonald's. Oh, well, I don't eat McDonald's, but I could have got this, right?
Yeah.
Or I could have went here. So think about that. So as a marketer, that's my job to cut that down. How do you cut that down? As soon as somebody gets into your program, as soon as if you want to provide the fastest result as soon as possible, right? Because that overrides the circuitry in your brain. That's like, man, why I signed up for cat? I probably could have signed up for bro down the street.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So as soon as you get them results, they forget about that. That thought is gone. It's always going to appear. These are cognitive biases that you cannot escape,
Hmm.
right? So why fight against nature when you can go ahead and work with it? I know this won't come up. Let me nip it in the bud. So as soon as somebody joined the program, a course, whatever, your job is to get them results fast. What that does is that eases the brain, the reptilian brain, and now they're like, cool, this was a good choice. Or at least this was a decent choice.
Yeah.
Let me not charge back on bro. Let me not charge back. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that and then understanding the last book I want to give people, what is this? Actually, it's two. So one is Charlie Munger. I forgot the whole book, but he talks about the cognitive biases. That's really
Okay.
important, especially when it comes down to marketing. And then it's the upper book. I might have to. I'm gonna follow up with you offline. I'm gonna send it to
Okay.
you. But
All
it's
right.
a he's another marketer. He's like the Spanish guy. And in the marketing world, there's something called CPA marketing, which is
Uh-huh.
cost per acquisition.
Uh-huh.
So he ran up like $1 million using CPA marketing, but he was using it's something called advertorials. Advertorials. So you teaching somebody and then you asking them to take action, and he got paid off of it. But he talks about the cognitive biases as well, right? Like the art of war is mental, bro.
Yeah.
So the more you can understand people, how to build relationships, but how to also understand, like I understand that, like one thing, once you understand people like, yo, did you forget that I did X, Y, and Z for you? Yes, they did. It's a cognitive bias. The longer you go, like if I do a favor for you, the longer I take to ask for a favor in exchange, you have forgotten that favor I did. It's a cognitive bias. It's
Yeah.
built in. I know this. I can either work with nature or try my best to fight against it, but I'm gonna lose. So I know. So like, I don't most of the time, like if I do a favor, somebody I don't really ask. But if there is an ask, I know I'm more likely to get you to say yes if I ask you for that favor right after I've done that favor for you.
Mm.
For one, the law of reciprocity kicks in. And
Yeah.
for two, you're at the highest moment to where you like, bro, look out. Let me look out for him. If I continue to let days go by, life gets in the way. So you're gonna forget that feeling that you're like, yo, I appreciate this. You're gonna forget it. So
Yeah.
yes, you do, you know what I mean? Like you might not forget it, like, yo, I ain't forget it, but like that feeling has long left you. So it's just like, all right, well, I do the thing for him whenever I get a chance, opposed to it being a priority when I first do something for you. So that's it, bro. Just understanding cognitive bias. I know this was a little like deep, but
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
bro.
going
So,
get value from everything. So
yeah,
I'm,
bro.
I'm listening.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like it works because when I was doing Lyft, and this would be my last story. I know but it was this white lady I met at I was doing Lyft. I was in Baltimore, and I had to take all the way to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So that ride was like 45 to probably an hour,
Yeah.
right? So I met this white lady, um, and I understand people, and I read books on like how to win friends and foes. Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. That's a good book too, right? So immediately when she entered the car, right, calling it the perception, frames, everything kicks in. I'm just this black guy doing Lyft. If I'm doing Lyft, she probably thinks there's some level of incompetency there, right? Some lack of knowledge, something, right?
Yeah.
So when she hops into the vehicle, she's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Bland conversation, right? So as the ride goes on, I know that I know people care more about themselves than they do about me. And I knew that the ride was 45 minutes to an hour too.
Mm-hmm.
So by next, I started asking questions. Hey, not questions like, not what do you do, right? But how are you, right? Like those feeling-based questions. And then I know if somebody knows that you care about them, or at least inquisitive about them, they'll open up to what do they do, right? So I led with that. She started opening up.